You chose a predominantly male-dominated industry, the construction industry. How did you choose that when you didn't see anyone else like you to be able to lead the way?
It might have been growing up that having 5 brothers and no sisters, I wasn't trying to be disruptive. I think my parents in many ways encouraged me to have and my brothers have a broader view of maybe what the possibilities could be that we could do. In the context of male-dominated industries, maybe my basic training was building forts in the backyard and doing a little cement with my dad and playing sports. But it really was when I got involved with it, I was enamored with the design, the process of the foundations, the structure from start to finish, and learning more. And I just liked it. It was somewhat difficult to be accepted, and certainly moving towards advancing in that career. We're trying to change the perception, not just about what people think or the stereotypes, but pretty much sometimes the historical thinking about what we can or can't do.
And I think you mentioned it on stage. Your parents were pretty progressive, right? Your mom was really there and your dad were really there for you in making sure you knew you could do anything, right? And I'm sure, and it sounded like then you worked for someone who also had that same trust in you that you could do whatever you wanted.
But you earn that, I think, too. And so while they encouraged me, even my boss, it didn't start out that way, but you have to also raise your hand. And sometimes people will partner with you and make you learn more, get better at what you do. Or sometimes you don't, it's not a sit, it's a stand. It's not like the white tablecloth where they come and deliver all this wonderful food and options to you. It's like a buffet in life. You have to get up and see what you can do, pick and choose, and sometimes you're not going to like it, so put it down and go back again.
As a president and a CEO, and also an MLB team owner, you were well-versed in leading teams. So if you could share with us some experiences you've had that are successful and maybe not so successful.
I think of it in the context of construction. You need several skill sets to build a building, and not everybody can do everything, but it's also getting better at what we do in terms of new technology, taking classes, understanding products and services have changed, and getting out of the mentality that it's always been that way. And the words never and always, I think, in some of my development and construction teams have been resistant to change. You have to embrace change or, become a fossil. On the baseball side, it is certainly as competitive. And it's not just anymore that I'm the best pitcher or the best hitter. I can be number one, but I still need a team to win. So it's supporting you even afterwards when you get interviewed by the sports announcer that you give credit. But now it is the technology driver too of every game, watching the pitch, the approach, the stance, and comparing what the other teams are doing to get better at what you do. And you also have to build a bench. And I think corporate America or any business can understand, just like in baseball, you want to have that plan in place so you can continue to win.
A lot of your success has been also just driven by just your fire and passion for going after something you want.
I love baseball and construction.
Yeah, so with teams, what creates the most successful team that you've worked with?
Well, sometimes you're the leader, sometimes you're not. In many ways, like yourself, you're a leader. And I think it's building in them the confidence that they have in you, but more importantly, the confidence they build in themselves to get better, but not just me. You need a team to win.
You're a servant leader.
A servant leader. I learn from the best, and the people who are at this event understanding the reason that they're here is to not just live and learn, and not just to win, but to be best in class, doing not just things right, but the right things. My mother would say to me in Spanish, Linda, empieza pequeño, pero piensa grande. Start small, but think big.